Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, you can see behind me, we're here at the RAF Museum here at Manston Airport, just on the outskirts of Margate. Anyone who knows me, it's not just trains, I like all forms of transport, and you know, it's going to be a first time visit here at the RAF Museum, and you've also got the Spitfire and Hurricane Memorial just across the road. So join me as I take you around for the first ever visit to the RAF Museum at Manston. So yeah, it's £6 to come into the museum, guys, and they say it's best to start upstairs, and straight away we come straight into the railway gallery, and they do actually have a model railway layout here. And what I actually find really funny about this model railway layout, it tells you a bit of history about the narrow gauge railway here at the RAF Manston. And it says, apart from the branch line from the main line to the camp at Manston, there was also the remains of a narrow gauge line used during the construction of the original World War I underground hangars. And one of the original locomotives used on the narrow gauge is none other than Douglas at the Thecheekyengine Railway. How crazy is that? And yeah, they've got this little model railway layout, which looks to be all terriers sitting around on the model railway layout. For example, you've got Carisbrooke sitting there. I'm pretty certain Carisbrooke did not run on this line. So yeah, essentially it's depicting what the narrow gauge line would have looked like here at the RAF camp at Manston. It looks like it would have been quite a vast little line actually. So, really fascinating to see. It's not really a line I'm very too familiar with. Really cool. So yeah, it actually tells you a bit more information about the camp branch line here. So during construction of the new camp at the RAF Manston, late 1918, the standard gauge branch line was laid between a point close to Birchton Station and the camp. And there was a total of 3.5 miles of track, including terminus and sidings. And that's realistically what it would have looked like. Yeah, and then obviously you've got the nameplate of Manston, the Bulliard Battle of Britain class, and there is a small little model of Manston there. So this model here depicts what would have been known as the loop here at RAF Manston. So essentially the loop was the part of the airfield that damaged aircraft could come and land and obviously be restored. Yeah, it's a fantastic looking little model, little diorama of a layout. Got all these great looking models down here as well. Got Spitfires, Corsairs, Douglas Sky Raiders. Then you got the Mustangs, Hellcat, Havard, the good old B-17 Flying Fortress. Yeah, so over here in the corner of the first room, guys, I did spot this. Now, I could be wrong. I probably completely am wrong. But I was reading about this chap, Bob Stanford Tuck. Now, he was flying a Spitfire with 92 Squadron, and he destroyed 3 enemies over Dunkirk on the first day of combat. And then he was given command of 257 Hurricane Squadron. Now, 257 Squadron at the Bulliard, let me know. Is that the squadron it's named after? I'd be really fascinated to know. Yeah, so once you've left the railway gallery, guys, you do come into the second room. You were just greeted with a bird's eye view of all this amazing aircraft parts and memorabilia. There's so much here. Incredible. And you know, when I come to these sort of places, you know what I really like the most? Looking at the most, is just some of these old pictures. Like that's Hartsdale Road and the main beach at Margate. And just some of these old pictures. These are all aerial photos from the 1930s. And what Manston, Margate and Ramsgate would have looked like. Yeah, then walking across from the platform, you've got the history of the civil aviation at Manston, starting in 1935 up until the present day. So it shows you all the airliners and all the airplane companies that ran at Manston throughout the years. Airships as well. Yeah, various models, like I say, showing some of the aircraft, passenger planes that would have run here at Manston.
Most people got called up. The dad that worked at the and he did there each night. He was out on Aviation. Well, he must have been about July when he started dropping the bombs. About September 19.
Yeah, so once you come downstairs, guys, you do come in to the air raid experience down here as well. So, pretty much essentially sort of gives you a bit of an atmosphere in terms of obviously what it would have been like in, you know, the 1940s. Obviously there was an air raid going on by the Germans, the Nazis.
Anyway, there we all was, all geared up, spirit pump in one hand, gas masks in the other, and nothing happened. Then they brought rationing in, and most people got called up, but Dad kept working at Beckton where they needed him there, and each night he was out on ARP duty. Well, it must have been...
You've got to think to yourself, hearing that air raid siren, how chilling it would have been back then and how scary it would have been just running, trying to find your nearest air raid shelter. You know, it's quite haunting. Every time I hear that, it just makes you think. Yeah, and then once you leave obviously the air raid experience, you then finally come in to the big aircraft room. Now I just think this is incredible. So this is obviously the front nose of the Handley Page Victor. And it sort of gives you a scan in terms of how big the aircraft actually is. Really, really crazy. Bear in mind this is just the nose of the aircraft as well. You can just quickly get up in these stairs and sort of climb in and see inside what the cockpit would have been like. So if I can just squeeze the camera through it. This is what the cockpit would have been like for the Handley Victor. Cool, if you're claustrophobic, it ain't one for you. Now this one is the Blackburn Buccaneer. Got a really, really long pointed nose, this one. Yeah, it's a strange looking aircraft, this one. So yeah, said the Buccaneer was retired from the British military service in 1994, and it was originally delivered to the Royal Air Force on the 30th of April 1968. It's actually this one. So it was in the 208 squadron for the RAF. So you can climb up here as well. So let's just quickly climb up these stairs. We can take a quick closer look inside the cockpit of the aircraft. Again as well, if you're claustrophobic with some of these things, being a pilot might not be for you. So this is a Canadair Silver Star. Can't say I've ever heard of this one before. It's a nice looking plane. And we've got a really, really nice looking biplane up there. Almost like a Tiger Moth. It's really, really nice, the purple and the yellow. So over here you've got these amazing custom Lego model aircraft. I mean, look at these. These are absolutely incredible. Like the Tomcats. It says there the USS Enterprise. So clearly whoever made these is a bit of a Trekkie fan. And then over here you've got another couple of incredible Lego models. So you've got the Lightning there. Really, really cool models. Yeah, and then you continue away round through the museum. And then we have more aircraft in here to see. And this is the Gloster Meteor. I've always quite liked these. I think these are quite nice looking planes. Yeah, got the whole aircraft here as well that you can take a look around. Yeah, really, really nice looking fighter jet, I have to say. And just this little plaque here that I looked at, it says the world airspeed record of 606 miles per hour was set on the 7th of November 1945 by Group Captain H.J. Wilson flying the Gloster Meteor aeroplane named the Britannia. So you've got to think, the world airspeed record was broken in one of these. Incredible. It's a really impressive looking plane. And just to think, like I say, that Captain H.J. Wilson flew 606 miles per hour in one of these. I know in today's standards that's really, really small fry, but for 1945 that's really, really incredible. Also in this room as well, you've got some really, really impressive scale models. I'm not too sure obviously if they would have actually have flown or not, but looks like some of these would have done. Yeah, and then the last part of the museum, guys, is you come outside, and again as well you've got all different various bits of like aircraft here. And over here, probably one of the most iconic fighter jets that the British ever built, the English Electric Lightning Mark 6. Really, really nice nose art on the front there. Shame it's closed off today. And apologies about the sun glaring. A little bit of winter sun in December. Yeah, it's a nice bit of nose art there on the front. I'll just take a little zoom in. Really, really nice. Yeah, and here, I'll take a quick zoom in. You've got some sort of Polish aircraft as well. Can't say I've ever seen this type before. If you know what it is, by all means let me know down in the comments below. And then when you come round the corner here on the outside, again as well, there's more aircraft. And you've got the absolutely behemoth nose and cab of the Nimrod. I've actually seen one of these fly as well at Fairford, the Royal Air Force Tattoo, International Air Force Tattoo in Fairford, and believe me, they are impressive to see flying. Absolutely behemoth of an aircraft. Yeah, and you've got a few various military vehicles here, military jeeps. There's actually some sort of tank here as well. I think as well they've crammed all this in a tiny little space right next to a main road here in Manston. And over here you've got one of these Blackburn Buccaneers that we were just looking at the nose from inside. And yeah, it doesn't look so weird when you've got the whole aircraft here all in one piece. Really, really nice looking aircraft actually. Prefer it in this sort of paintwork livery than I did on the one on the inside. That's really, really nice. And then you've got the Jaguar, another one of the British fighters, which again as well is really, really nice looking. Love that camouflage livery in it, the grey and the white. Yeah, then once you've left the aircraft room, guys, you come out into a gift shop. You get all various aircraft related bits and pieces in it. So yeah guys, like I said, they're open 10 till 3 Monday to Friday, winter opening hours, and then 10 till 4 Saturday to Sunday for the winter opening hours. And for £6, you know, I think that's very highly worth it for what they've got there. Mainly railway related interest for me, but I do appreciate all the military stuff and I do like my aircraft. And of course obviously they do have a little cafe here as well, so if you want a little bite to eat you can inside the cafe, which looks very, very nice. Now just over the road as well, we are just going to quickly pop in to the Spitfire and Hurricane Museum. Guys, as soon as you walk in, you do have a genuine 1944 Hawker Hurricane. And like I say, the guy was saying this is all completely genuine. Think how historic these aircraft are, and the pivotal roles that they played in the war and the Battle of Britain as a whole, shaping the country really and what it is today. And they've got various bits around the outside, so you've got an old 1940s RAF fighter pilot outfits, what they would have wore. Auxiliary Air Force, the WAFs. That's what one of their uniforms would have been like. And yeah, they've got various pieces in here. So this is the nose and inside the cockpit of a Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1 that we've got here. You can quickly pop inside and see what the cockpit of a Supermarine Spitfire would look like. Yeah, and here you've actually got an authentic nose and cockpit of an Avro Lancaster, which you can see inside. Excuse my reflection. And one thing they do actually do here as well, which I really will be back at some point to do, so you can actually do the Manston Lancaster experience flights available. So it's a flight simulator and what it would be like to fly an Avro Lancaster, and it's £75 each. Or you can do the Spitfire Flyer Museum, which is £30 each, and each experience is 30 minutes long. So I definitely will be back here for that. But yeah, obviously you've got information here in the Lancaster Bomber cockpit section. And Yeah. That's a great bit of nose art there, look. My round. Love it. Yeah, if you've ever seen one of these fly in real life before, which a lot of people have, it stirs a lot of emotions. Yeah, and then you come into the second room, guys, and you've probably got the most significant aircraft Britain ever built. The Supermarine Spitfire. And this is genuine as well. So, this is a genuine aircraft that probably saw action at some point. Absolutely incredible. And you know me, guys, can't go anywhere without potentially spotting anything railway related. And up there, we've got the Battle of Britain class nameplate 222 Squadron, which I have to admit I've never heard of before. But they do actually have some information about the Bulliard here. So it's built in 1948, 222 Squadron. So her nameplate was preserved, but unfortunately she has not been. But there is a picture and what she would have looked like. And she was drawn in 1964. So this as well, I was just reading, was the squadron coat of arms featuring a wildebeest and the motto Hambili Bow, which the Zulu for go straight ahead. And that was also mounted on 222 Squadron as well. So that's quite interesting. That's how it would have looked like on the locomotive. Yeah, then when you're done with the museum, guys, you do have this really nice cafe that you can get food at, and obviously just enjoy the atmosphere. Yeah, it's like I said, they got a really nice cafe there, the Spitfire Cafe, when you come out of the Spitfire and Hurricane Memorial, or you could decide not to eat, which I haven't. I just got a little Peroni, and you can just sit here and actually watch the active airfield, which is quite nice. So yeah, guys, that's been our trip here to the RAF Manston History Museum, as well as the Spitfire and Hurricane Memorial Museum. Really hope you've enjoyed that. Completely something different for the channel, but like I say, it's not just trains. I like all forms of transport. Really into my aircraft, military, boats, you name it. I like it all, really. But yeah, there was quite a lot of railway history there in both the Spitfire and Hurricane Memorial Museum, as well as obviously the RAF Manston History Museum. You've got the model railway layout there, obviously what the narrow gauge and the standard gauge lines would have been like here in 1918 for the RAF Manston base, which is really nice. And obviously you've got Douglas, who is now at Thecheekyengine Railway. The fact he actually ran here in Kent at the Manston Museum, and I've seen that in real life, is really quite special. But yeah, really nice little tourist attraction. £6 to get into the RAF Museum, free to go into the Spitfire and Hurricane Memorial Museum. They rely on donations, so make sure you leave a donation if you can. We bought a magnet, had a quick drink there, helps them out. But yeah, really hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.